Hi guys, my name's Rob Oliveira. I'm an art director at United Front Games. And I'm working on ModNationRacers. And today I'm going to build a track for you guys and show you how easy it is and how quick it is to get a track up and running and test drive it. So let's dive in. This is a cart and character that I built before. So this is going to give me a chance to just find out where I want my starting point. I'm going to plunk it down here. And we're in steamrolling mode. So let's just build ourselves a quick track. And you can kind of see the track form on the mini map there. And so we're just gonna, all you gotta do is close the loop. That's all you have to worry about, just drive. It uses the regular driving controls. So if you've driven the car, you can drive the steamroller. So all you gotta do is this. We can actually change the elevation as well by pulling back on the joystick, pulling forward on the joystick. And then we can even autocomplete. If you get bored halfway through, you just push the X button and it auto closes the loop. Boom, we've got a track and we're ready to go. So here's an option we have called auto-populate. We realized it's time consuming to populate a track, even for somebody who does it every single day. So we have this feature called auto-populate. You push the button and our game will go through and just do what it thinks is a logical stuff to do on that kind of track. It'll put obstacles in there, it'll put gameplay items, it'll decorate the track for you, and then you can just go in and change whatever you want or change nothing. So I'm gonna hit yes. And now it's going to build the track, it's calculating, it's lighting the track, it's pulling up the terrain. And now you can see we're just going to fly down the track, it's pulling up items, overpasses, trees, buildings, and just generally trying to make a nice looking track that's fun to play. So here we are, here's our finished track, all in about half a second. If you love this track, you can actually even save a thumbnail preview like you see up in the corner for when you upload this track to your friends. So I'm going to start editing this right now. I could have test driven it if I wanted to right now, but let's show you some of the editing features first. So I'm going to place some props. I'm going to place them anywhere. There's several ways to place props. Here's one of them. We can just start spraying some trees around. Almost every object in our game has spray parameters, so you can just liberally just spray some trees around. We have some what's called these little diorama props. So it's a house with trees and it's random. So if I go through here, let's say in the back country here, I want to fill this up a little. I can just start spraying houses down and you can kind of see it's picking random houses every time. So we've got a bunch of different houses in there. So it's really easy. Again, you could place every one of these things individually if you wanted, but we try and save you as much time as possible, but give you the option to change absolutely everything you want. So let's actually select some of these. So we'll say we're not happy with these. We have like a lasso selection. Again, we want to make it easy for you to grab a ton of stuff. So let's just lasso this last batch of houses that we made and let go. And I'm going to blow them off because I'm not happy with them, but I'm happy with the rest of my track. So let's find some other props to play with. Everybody loves the animals. That's our favorite. We love spraying animals all over the track and watching them jump out of the way. Architecture. You've got tons of foliage, lots of trees and other fun stuff you can play with, and just general props, what we call global props that will fit in any theme that are not theme specific. So here we get into some gameplay props. We've covered some of just the decorative stuff. This is just purely for gameplay. So let's get a boost pad. And this, like the name implies, is going to boost us whenever we hit this. So I'm going to throw a couple down. This one's going to be dangerous. It's going to rocket us around that corner and maybe into a wall. So you can use this to trick your opponents. I like to make boost pads that smash people up because I'm twisted that way. We've got some smackables. So let's get some barrels here and throw some barrels across the track so we plow through these because smashing into stuff is fun. And maybe, why not some crates too? Something that was really important to us is we've done a bunch of work here and we want to see it fast, and diving into the game to test drive it is just this fast. We push one button, hit test drive. So now we've just pushed the test drive button and we're in the race, and we've even got AI racing inside the race, showing us how it's going to behave, how they're going to behave, how you're going to behave, and we're driving our track with one push of a button. So we're ripping around our track, got some nice hills here, nice corner here. A little bland on the road, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to add some more stuff. So I'm going to dive right out again. I'm back in edit mode. And I'm going to throw some power-ups here so we can pick up some weapons. Or how about we throw some tables here, because smashing through tables is equally as fun. And now we're gonna test drive that again. So let's go back in. Thanks for a second, we're back in and we're right where we placed our last object. So let's test drive plowing through these tables. That feels pretty good to me. So I'm gonna even add more tables. I'm gonna add them right here. So again, you can spray these really easily. And let's test drive this. There we are, back again in front of our tables. Let's plow through these bad boys. There's set of tables number 1, set of tables number 2. This is a winning track. Definitely a winning track. Once we've done that, we have even more options. Now we can start editing even more gameplay. We have these what's called interactive objects. We've got what's called the Devastator, which is a huge crushing object. Anybody that drives under this at the wrong time gets pounded. So we can start adding these. So let's add these in the tables or after the tables. And now let's have a test drive once again. Now you can even have these triggerable. So if I wanted to hook these up to a switch, once I raced over this, it would activate them, and then everybody behind you will just get smashed to a million pieces if you can time it right. So you can see the gameplay kind of possibilities. So we're test driving our track again. We like where those things are. And we're just gonna pull back again. And you're gonna see it's been about a minute, minute and a half, and you can see how much gameplay we've already added to this track and how full this track is in just a couple of minutes. So imagine spending like half an hour to an hour, or we know some people are gonna spend hours and hours on their tracks. So I'm gonna save this track and I'm gonna call this Raceville. If I can spell it, there we go. And now this track is ready for sharing. I can upload this thing. What you saw there was the thing taking a snapshot of my track, and it's been saved successfully. It's ready for sharing. And once I save something, I can actually allow you guys to remix it, to just parts of it, remix the entire thing, and hopefully that track will come back to me in a better state than when I uploaded it. So that was my track, and I can't wait to see what you guys do once you get your hands on ModNation Racers.
PlayStation